So, hey, Metalheads, I'm Lucy and I'm analyst a lot today. I will have the pleasure to interview my dear friend David Ramin, singer of Depraved Entity. So, welcome, Dave. Thanks for the interview. And my first question is, almost 3 years ago, Depraved Entity, Queen of the Night debut album was released. During all these years, the band has been growing and becoming famous, especially in the region where you live here in Germany, called Hagen. So how do you see this development of the band so far?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Um, yeah, about 3 years ago, our debut album saw the light, or however you want to call it, and I think the band has grown quite a lot. I mean, we did have a little bit of a lineup change in that time. We have a different guitar player, and since then, the growing doesn't even seem to stop. It's to see how the small festival that we are organizing is growing and even getting known a little bit more, even above the borders of the region where we are. I mean, I have been contacted by a black metal band from Bavaria if they
Well,
could play the Born to Be Loud. So that is something that is really making me proud. But just on the band level, I mean, on a musical scale, I think we did improve quite a lot. And yeah, it's so much fun. It just feels awesome to see how the people react when they see us for the first time. I mean, it's one thing when you have fans that have become friends that have seen us a couple of times, compared to people who are seeing us for the first time, and how they are connecting to the music that we're playing. That is something that is really making me proud. Honestly, I mean, it's always a great feeling when there are people in front of the stage and they're digging what you're doing.
for sure, for sure. So we are going to speak about a festival, or the festival called Born to Be Loud. I have a question for it, but back to Queen of the Night. How has been the critics' reviews for the debut album so far?
Pretty much through and through, very positively. There are some criticisms on the producing quality that it has. I mean, especially people who are in the industry themselves, who do have the ear for it, that say, okay, that during the mixing it could have been this way or this way or this way, would have would have made the sound fuller. But I mean, it speaks for itself. The first batch that we had were 200 CDs, which is completely sold out, and we had to reorder a batch of 100 CDs. That to us is definitely a success. I mean, it's not Rolling Stones numbers or anything like that, but to us, to a small unsigned indie band, that is quite a big success. And so, and I haven't really heard many complaints about it. Most people who bought it said, okay, it's great music to drive with. It's a great soundtrack for a longer drive, especially on the autobahn in Germany. And yeah, the everything we heard was positive in any light.
Great. And what's the story behind the song Queen of the Night, and why have you decided to keep it as the title of the album?
Actually, I don't know if there's that much of a story behind the song itself. It was one of the first songs that our guitar player Matthias came around with. He had the lyrics to it, and it was pretty much okay. The title is great. Is a good title for to name the album after it. And yeah, I can't really say what the story about that song in particular is, because I didn't write the lyrics. So that is for me a little hard to answer.
Okay.
To me, it's yeah. I mean, it does go a little into the metaphysical realms or whatever. Yeah, I mean the witch character that we have on the cover of the album is kind of our mascot. So That was the
Yeah.
first idea. Okay, that is the Queen of the Night, and with the next album, which is going to be called Angels of Sin, it's our Angel of Sin. So that's something a little bit like Eddie the Head from Iron Maiden.
Okay.
It's something that we just wanna keep as a theme for the album covers and the artwork and everything.
Okay.
So it goes more into that direction.
Okay, so it was more connected to the song itself as a story behind it. Okay, and it's know that you have an actress to act like the Queen of the Night on the live presentation. So who is she?
We actually have three.
Okay.
There's three actresses who are changing depending on who has time when we are playing live. One is Barbara. She's coming from Berchtesgaden, the most southern point of Germany in Bavaria, which is awesome. I mean, she's really excited every time when she can get to a show of us and be on stage, and she drives about 10 hours every time for that.
Well,
the other one is Jessie, who's coming from Dortmund, who is a good friend of mine, and the other one is Vivi. She's also a good friend of ours, and yeah, it always depends on who's available for the gigs that we are playing, and so that's why they're switching around. And the awesome thing is, every witch character we have on stage, they all have their own costume, they all have their own style, how they're doing it. They all have small little details that are unique to them.
Yeah, nice.
And that is something that I think is really awesome. So
for sure,
depending on who is there, you get a little bit of a different show. So that is always something that keeps us on our toes a little.
Nice. Okay, and I've heard that you guys have been working in a new album. So could you tell us more about it? What can we expect?
Yeah, we are still in the songwriting phase. Most of it is already. The most songs are already finished, and there's still some fine tuning on it. I mean, I think we have two complete songs left that for now just have a working title, maybe a guitar riff or something. But we are trying to get those finished as soon as possible, because we want to get to the recording phase.
Okay.
And as I said already, the album is going to be called Angels of Sin. And a couple of the songs that are going to be on there have been on our live release that we did in January from our concert at the Kultopia in Hagen that we did in December. We have a complete live recording of it, which is also available on Spotify, YouTube, and all the other streaming services.
Okay. All right. And Born to Be Loud Festival, which the Depraved entity has been playing for some years already, will have its third edition in August 12th, 2023. Yeah. In Unna, Germany. So could you speak more about it? Give us more details?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we started playing at the Freibad Bornekamp, which is a public swimming pool. They have a stage that is fixed inside the public swimming pool. It's on the grass. The stage is there all year, and during the pandemic in 2020, we played there the first time, and we really got along amazingly with the people who are responsible for the Freibad. And I mean, we actually could use the pandemic for something good, because there were no concerts happening at that time, and it was open air. It was in a public swimming pool. They had different things that they had to take different measures when it comes to COVID and everything, and that was something that we could use. And 2 years ago, I had the idea. Originally, I wanted to make a one-day festival that starts at noon and then until 10 o'clock at night. But because it is right in a neighborhood where some richer people live, they said, okay, we can't do something that is going over half a day, because then the neighbors will get on our case and everything. But yeah, the first Born to Be Loud, we had 5 bands. Now we no, I'm wrong there. The first one had 4 bands. The last one had 5 bands, and we will switch back to 4 bands. Each band will have an hour playtime.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, we really just want to make sure that the festival grows, so it maybe can become a real festival one day. And yeah, as you already said, it's August 12th is the date for this year. We are super stoked. We are going to headline again this year. We have the band Ecke Bestia, which is the band of Eric Stoddart, who's also known on YouTube as Eric the Army, or former Krautsalat, an American living in Germany. The other band that we're going to have is Marford. They have been there last year, but since they had a little accident on stage, their set was cut short, and we really liked what they were doing. So that's why we said, okay, this you can get another shot this year. And the opener was going to be a little fun band called Point, which we have played with together in Witten last year for Metal for Mercy. And I couldn't even describe what they are doing, but they were so much fun on stage. So that's something that we thought, okay, you would be awesome as an opener. And yeah, of course, we hope that there are many people. There's the admittance is free, so there's no charge or ticket prices. Can just come in and enjoy the show, drink a couple of beers, eat something, and have a great time.
Yeah, definitely. I hope this year I can reach. I'm
Yeah,
trying. I
really
have been trying that for 3 years.
It is about time that you show up at one of our shows.
Yeah. Hopefully. And guys, all the description for this festival will be the link for the festival and information you are going to find on the description of this interview as well. And Depraved is running a competition by SPH Music Masters, right? What is this competition exactly about, and how could we help you?
It is actually a countrywide competition that has different rounds. We in February we made 3rd place in the first round, and the next round will be at the Matrix in Bochum, in the Rockpalast, which is an awesome venue. It's a dream come true for us to be able to play there. Yeah, how can you help us? We have ticket links where you can order the tickets, and there you have to choose which band do you buy the ticket for. So the more tickets we sell, we get a little share of the ticket sales.
Okay.
And you have 2 votes when you are there. First vote is usually for the band that you bought the ticket for. The second vote is for the band that you did like most at that evening, after the band that you came for. And so that is something, of course, I mean, if we start competing anywhere, we of course want to win it. We want to get to the finals, and the finals are going to be at the Live Music Hall in Cologne.
Oh,
which would be another dream come true,
for sure,
being in such a big venue. And so yeah, we really hope the next round, when we are in Bochum, is going to be on September 23rd.
Okay.
And yeah, of course we hope that many people come for us, vote for us, have a great time with us. That was something. The first round, when we were in Wuppertal in the underground, which is an awesome event venue as well, it was a little bit unlucky for us because it was on a Friday.
Okay.
And Friday is usually, for underground bands, not the best day when it comes to turn up of people. And we did get lucky, so that we made 3rd place. We really hope that we have a little more people who are coming for us at the next show.
All right. Okay, so people, if you want to support the Depraved, just check the link on the description of this video once more. Okay, and how and why have you decided to be a singer?
Um, when I was going out to party or something, I was always singing along, and that was something that I was always doing. And after a while, some people told me, "Hey, man, you have a good voice." Yeah, thank you. And I mean, where you and I have met for the first time on that infamous karaoke app, and I just did build up my self confidence with that. And I mean, I did recognize myself that I did improve, especially in terms of holding a note and durability of the voice and everything. I mean, there were times that I sang about 12 to 15 songs each day. And I
Wow.
mean, it's training for the vocal cords like crazy. And yeah, and then after a while, I thought, you know what? Let's try to get into a band. And it's going very well ever since.
So nice. Okay.
and I'm not able to play an instrument, so that was if I want to be in a band, I have to be a singer because I can't play anything.
Yeah, that's why I was curious about, because most of the guys, I think, they start with a guitar, you know, so electric guitar. So that's why was my question.
I didn't
So
have the patience for that when I was a kid.
okay.
Now I would really like to be able to play the piano,
Oh,
because that would help, especially with me communicating song ideas that I have.
okay.
Because
Mhm.
I remember one of the newer songs that we have performed at the Live in Hagen show, which is also online, is our new ballad, which is called Nightmare. Um, I had the whole song in my head when I wrote the lyrics to it, but it was not as easy to communicate how I imagined it to be. It
Okay.
turned out awesome, not exactly how I wanted it to be, but I'm very happy with how it turned out now, and I wouldn't
Ah.
change anything about it yet. But that is something that I regret a little, that I never learned that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Now, which are your main metal influences as a musician?
Um, to me, I mean, many people told me that I do sound a little bit like Bruce Dickinson. I mean, that is pretty much the highest compliment you can get.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, Bruce Dickinson is definitely influenced Rob Halford in some ways. I don't get that high. I before I actually have been a singer in a band, I mostly identified with Matthew Barlow from Iced Earth back then, because
Mm,
even though they are kind of going into the in the power metal direction sometimes, but he actually has a quite a deep voice.
yes.
And since I have a deep voice as well, that was
Mm-hmm.
something I always thought that I would go more after him. But I mean, it does depend on the song,
Okay.
how the because I really concentrate on the riffs. I try to go with the guitar riffs and the guitar sound. So, but I mean, especially at the song "Depraved Entity," where I do go a little higher here and there. So
Mm-hmm.
that is something. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, but those singers that I mentioned, they're mostly my influences. Maybe Ronnie James Dio in a different way.
Okay. And which are your influences besides metal?
Like in life
Yeah, in
generally.
general, music in general. Are there any influences besides metal?
Not that much, actually.
Not
I'm
that
really
much.
through and through. I do like. There are some pop singers I like how they can sing, but I don't like the music that they're doing. But
Okay.
I wouldn't say that they are influencers in any way. It's musicians I respect more in that way.
Okay. All right. And now I have a situation for you. So you are a bad guy, got in trouble, had life imprisonment as a sentence, as you can have nothing with you but 3 albums that you can listen for the rest of your life, because one of the guards of the prison is a nice guy and gave you them as a gift. So which albums would you choose and why? The classical question of
Iron
Matters.
Maiden, Somewhere in Time would be the first.
Mhm.
That is
Somewhere in Time. Yeah.
yeah, Somewhere in Time is my
Yeah.
favorite album. Painkiller by Judas Priest.
Okay.
I really love that album, and I don't know, third one. Probably something of Böse Onkels, because that is a band that
Yeah,
really
okay. It's a nice
resonated with
band.
me since I was a child, and yeah, that would be probably Wir haben noch lange nicht genug of Böse
Ah,
Onkels.
this always great. All right, so
Yeah.
you have decided really fast. Good. And to finish our interview, would you like to leave a message to your fans who are watching us?
Yeah, of course. I mean, thank you very much to be there for us. I mean, usually we can count on. We have some really loyal fans who try to make every show. Thank you very much for that. We really appreciate it. It always makes us happy to see people wearing our merchandise, our T-shirts, and everything. Thank you for supporting us over 5 years that we are in existence now, and yeah, we hope that it's going to be a long time, and we will have you at our side for the whole ride.
Nice. Okay, so that's it. Thank you once more, Dave, for the interview, and thank you all for watching us, and stay heavy.